Welcome to this Yin Yoga class that supports the liver. So in this sequence, we'll work through a series of poses that work and support the liver meridian, but also the gallbladder meridian, which is the paired organ with the liver. All right, so find a comfortable seat. Take the hands onto the knees. Either turn the palms up if you feel like you need to receive more energy, or turn the palms down if you'd like to feel more grounded. So just choose the situation for your hands that feels good for you today. Bring the elbows in slightly towards the waist and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Feel the whole body fill up with fresh breath, fresh prana, and exhale through the nose. Anchor down through your seat as you extend up slightly through the waist, crown of the head towards the ceiling, the chin's parallel with the floor. And just bring your awareness to your shoulder blades, just squeezing the shoulder blades together slightly. And you might feel a lift and an opening in the heart. Keep your ribs tucked in, finding that beautiful posture, that straight line of the back. And take another deep breath here. Feel the body expand with the breath on the inhale and just soften and release on the exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften and release. Just continuing with a few more rounds of breathing like that. Whole body expanding and then the whole body softening and releasing. Take another few breaths, being very aware of the breath coming in and out. So really notice the breath coming in. Notice the breath going out. Notice the breath coming in. And notice the breath leaving. Once you start to find that movement of the breath, feeling it flowing, just anchoring yourself in the present moment, so feeling yourself in the space that you're in, bring your mind on the body and on the sensations of the body. Feel the breath coming in through the nose, slightly cooler as it comes in and warmer as it goes out. Good, another full breath there. And then inhale, when you're ready, float the arms up above the head, really reaching up. Gaze up as you bring the palms together and look at the thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart space. And just bringing your chin into your chest as you push the palms together. Just setting your intention for the practice. Good, and then release the hands onto the legs. Give the legs a little rub. And then bring one hand to the right side, just below the ribs, and then the left hand on top. Just focusing and bringing awareness to that liver, the largest solid organ of the body. And the belief in the traditional Chinese medicine, this is where anger and kindness are both stored in the liver space. So take a deep breath into that space. It's where the blood's obviously stored and regulated, the energy's regulated. And then slide the hands around to the back body, to the lower back, just giving a rub there, the kidney. the seat of the kidneys, which regulates, the kidneys regulate all of the organs, which is why we sometimes do poses for the kidney in the liver sequence. Good. And then we'll take one pressure point for the liver. So I think most of you are familiar with this point. The webbing, if you find the webbing between the big toe and the second toe, and then come one finger down from that point and just make some circles there. That's a nice acupressure point that you can start to stimulate. So making some circles. You'll know when you find it, it feels a little bit pointy. So just making some circles on that point. And then the other one when you're ready. Well done. Okay, and the pose we're going to start in today is a butterfly pose. So come into your loose butterfly and remember to sit up on, I'm sitting on a little pillow, which feels quite good. Maybe sit on a blanket or a pillow, or if you're okay on the floor, that's fine too. So feel the connection of the soles of the feet touching. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into this butterfly pose. So there's lots of different variations. You can take your bolster or cushions to lie on. Maybe you like to stack a block and come forward that way, or sliding the hands under the calf muscles, letting the face relax. And you can let the shoulders round. It's not about coming, it's not about how far down you're coming. It's just coming to where your edge is. So finding that point of resistance for you. And then just softening into it, softening the face, softening the shoulders, letting the head go. So the liver meridian runs from that pressure point that we just stimulated up the inside of the ankle, the inside of the legs through the groin, and then up into the liver. And then all the way up to the eyes. So any hip openers that we do are going to stimulate that liver meridian. Some deep breaths into the back body here as you soften the shoulders. Good, and to come out of the pose, turn the palms over. Use them to help push the floor away. Slowly take your time to come up and manually just bring your legs together. Okay, so we're going to come into our dragons now, but let's first take a little child's pose just to stretch out. So take a wide-kneed child's pose, so knees wide. Stretch your arms forward. Maybe come onto the fingertips. Let the head, the third eye space, rest down. Push your hips back onto the heels. And then slowly walk the right hands to the right hand to the right. Place your left hand on top. Stretch out through the left side body. So push your left hips down to the left heel. Breathing into the channel, the energy channel of the left side of the body. And then slowly walk your hands to the left, place the right hand on top, anchor through the right seat. Breathe into the right side of the body. Walk your hands back to center. Stretch out there. Come up, lift your elbows up, come onto your fingertips. Good, and slowly release. All right, coming into our dragon poses now. So just taking the variations that suit you, remembering to listen to your body and doing what you can do, using your props where you need to. We're going to bring the right leg forward first. So the right leg comes forward. Now the variations are either with your hands down, supporting you, placing your hands on a bolster or a cushion on the floor, or coming up onto your knees. So really getting into the hip flexor on that left side, letting the pelvic bowl sink down, and just resting there, coming into that pose, finding that position that you can remain still in, maybe choosing a point of focus on the floor to gaze at. And send some deep breaths down into the belly. Continue to anchor through your legs into the earth. as you relax the upper body. You might start to feel the fascia in the hips and the hip joints starting to melt and relax and soften. Good, and then from here we're going to come into our twisted dragon. So that means we just turn the right foot out 45 degrees, maybe coming onto the outside edge of that foot, and you might use your right hand. That's another optional one. It might make it too strong. Just see if that feels good. You can sort of feel the hip opening, or again you can come down for a deeper stretch onto the forearms. So just seeing what feels good, just finding that spot. So these dragon poses are strong. You may feel like breathing fire. You can always just exhale out of the mouth if you need to. Be a reminder sometimes of how tight our hips can get from just sitting and not moving that ball and socket joint. You relax your glute muscles. Relax the shoulders here. Well done. And slowly come out of the pose. Really push the floor away to come up. Release that foot. And then step back either to all fours or maybe to a down dog. Quite nice to stretch back into a down dog after that pose. And I'm just going to pedal the feet out. If a down dog feels too strong, you can just come onto all fours. Good. And then from here, you're going to come into the other side when you're ready. So I'm stepping my left foot forward now, dropping the back knee. Coming into your variation, so either onto the knee or hands down onto the floor, maybe on either side of that foot. And just take your time to come into the pose. Focus on that connection with the sole of the left foot and the shin of the right foot, the top of the right foot, connecting to the earth as you soften into the hips. This is quite a strong sequence as we move into the liver sequence. It should help you to feel really good afterwards. Really energized. Good, and ready for our twisted dragon on this side. Releasing the hands down, turn the left toe out 45 degrees. Drop the left knee out to the side and find your variation here. So maybe just pushing that knee, or maybe coming down onto a bolster or your forearms. Keep breathing into the left hip. Just noticing if this side's harder than the other side or if they're both the same. Becoming very aware of your body. Good, and then very gently push the floor away, come up. When you're ready, step that left leg back either to all fours or to your down dog. Stretching out in your down dog. Good, and then slowly coming all the way down and take your legs wide. So I'm sitting up on my cushion, but you don't have to, just sitting however feels good. We're going to come into our dragonfly fold. We're going to go over the right leg first. So turning your torso to the right leg. And we're just draping our body over this leg. We can just round our shoulders. It's not about forcing anything. There's an easefulness in the shoulders. You can take cushions and blankets to pile up if you like to rest your face, or just come forward over the leg with a rounded shoulder if you don't have the prop. So either way is fine. Remembering to keep your awareness internally, letting that left shoulder soften. There's no forcefulness, there's no pressure in the shoulders. They should be completely relaxed. Chin into the chest. Just letting yourself fold over that right leg. Good, and slowly and gently take your time, push the floor away, come up, take a deep breath. Just noticing any rebound effects of the pose. And then let's go to the other side. So hands to the left side of the left leg, either side of the left leg, and folding forward. Chin into the chest. Keep both sit bones anchored here. Soften the balls of your feet. Good, and slowly and gently push the floor away to come up. And before we come forward in the through the center, we'll just take windshield wipers. So take your hands behind you, bend your knees, and just slowly and gently drop the knees one way and then the other. Good. Just releasing the lower back, releasing the hips. Okay, and then let's come into our forward fold when you're ready. So legs wide again. Remembering you can take your bolsters or cushions in front and slowly fold forward. So just take your time, make sure that the shoulders are relaxed and not hiked up to the ears. Let the shoulders move down the back. And you'll just take your time to come forward onto the bolster or just straight down. I prefer straight down, I think. Good, and very slowly push the floor away to come up. Take your time. Slide your hands under your knees. Hug your knees in for a moment. Take a breath. Notice the effects of the pose. Okay, we're just going to take a little stretch out. So you've got your feet flat on the ground. We're just going to push up into a tabletop. So either turning your fingers away from you or in, depending on your shoulders and what feels good for you. And just gently push the hips up, just coming into a little tabletop here. And release when you're ready. It's just a transitional stretch. Good. Okay, so now we're going to come into Sphinx, which is our pose for our kidneys. So as I said, the kidneys support all of the internal organs. So we're just going to take a Sphinx pose for the kidneys. The elbows are directly under the shoulders. The palms are spread flat on the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Let the whole of the legs soften as they release into the earth. And just draw the shoulder blades towards each other slightly so that you can open the heart space, open the chest. Take a nice breath there. Deep breath. Gazes forward. There's a gentle lift up in the heart. Breathing all the way down into your lower back. Well done. Slowly lower the head down towards the mat. Just let the heart sink to the earth. And then bring the hands beside the chest. Curl your toes under and just push yourself back into all fours. We're going to start getting back into our hips again now. So we're going to come into our sleeping swan to start with. So slide the right knee behind the right wrist, bring the leg across the mat slightly. Lift up through the heart space and grab your props, grab your cushion or your bolster if you like to slide under the legs or under the belly towards the hip. Otherwise, just coming without props, slowly come forward. So just folding over that leg, getting that external rotation in the right hip, and just let your head lower, the heart lower towards the earth. Breathing here. Good, and slowly push the floor away. Take a deep breath. Drop your hips to the right. Bring your left leg around now. And we're going to come into a square pose. So still with this right leg on top. So we're going to work. I've slid my left leg underneath. Right ankle is on top of the left knee. Now that might be too strong for some people, so you can just stack cushions or blocks under that right knee, or if the whole pose is not doable, just cross your legs. So just sitting however is comfortable, but you're getting potentially into this square pose, which is quite a nice hip opener. Once you find that position, take a breath, anchor yourself in this present moment, anchor your sit bones to the earth, and just slowly come forward into the pose. So just wherever, it might just be a few millimeters, or you might be able to come all the way down. Just take it to suit your body. Keep softening the outside edges of your hips here. Good, and slowly and gently push the floor away to come up. Take your time removing your props. Release the legs. Send the legs out in front and just give your legs a rub. So strokes on the limbs, some circles around the knees. Good, and then let's come to the other side. So we'll do the whole thing on the other side. Starting in all fours. Sliding your left knee behind the left ankle, wrist. Bringing the leg across. Using bolsters or props to slide under you if that's your preference. Otherwise, taking your time to come down. Remembering to let go. There's no unnecessary holding here, releasing any gripping or tension. Good, and slowly push the floor away. Drop your hips to the left. Bring your right leg now under the left leg for our square pose on the other side. So I'm taking my left ankle over the right knee. I'm going to use a pillow under that left knee. Remembering you can always just cross the legs. Find yourself again, just anchored in this present moment. Not trying to move forward too fast or not thinking about the past. And then when you're ready, slowly come into your position. So you might be able to fold over the leg, or you might just sit up. Just doing what is right for you right now. Well done. And slowly push the floor away. Come up, take a deep breath. And when you're ready, just unravel your legs. Send them out in front. Give them a little rub. And finding your way onto your back for your very well-deserved Shavasana. So lying back, knees bent. If you need to take a little twist before you lie into your Shavasana, then do that. Take a little windshield wiper on your back before you straighten the legs out. Eventually just sending your legs out straight, turn the toes out. Arms by the side, about 45 degrees, palms turned up. And just taking a little rest here to reap the benefits of your pose. So deep breath in. Final release and exhale out of the mouth. Gently close your eyes. And just let the body feel heavy and the mind float for the final few minutes. Gently deepen the breath. Start to bring awareness to the body, moving your fingers and your toes. Maybe squeezing the knees in and giving them a hug. Rolling over to your right. When you're ready, pushing yourself up, coming to a comfortable seat. So taking a breath here, taking a seat, notice how you feel. Give your legs a little rub. Into the belly, into the kidneys. And then inhale, float your arms up, gathering strength and energy for the rest of the day. Gaze up to the thumbs, exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's seal the practice with the primordial Om. Inhale. Om. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this class, please leave a comment below and let me know how you feel. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Namaste.